Afternoon guys. Right, disadvantage of using a heat mat or propagators without using actual lights. As you can see, they go very leggy. Now this is a disadvantage. So not all is lost, because all we need to do is, these are cauliflower all year round, and these are sown on the 23rd of the 2nd, so what, 2 weeks ago maybe? So what we need to do now is we need to actually prod these out. Now I've got a little prodding tool, but all we need to do really is we need to get some pots to put them into. Right, so the pots are roughly, if I put my finger in, they are finger depth. As you can actually see with some of these are actually, let me move it up a little bit just because you can't see it, these are also finger depth. So all I need to do is, this now is mainly just general purpose compost, just rub together to get rid of any big clumps. We're not going to bother sieving this, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosely put that in there, give it a bit of a tampering down, and then just literally shove my finger in there. All I need to do now is I just need to get my little forking tool underneath there, and I said forking, just lift out the best you can. And the reason why I used to sieve all this lot is so hopefully they won't clump together. As you can see, some of these were old seed as well, so literally just throwing them all in. So if I just give them a bit of a tap, and see the roots are there, if I actually just gently pull them apart like so, and that's the reason why I always sieve. So all I need to do now is place it in the best that I can without trying to break it too much. Push it down and then just tap that in a little bit like so. Put a little bit more, oh, heavy handed. So like I say, put it down, just proves how strong these plants can be. A little bit more compost around the edge. So that is now your plant. So all I'm going to do is, I'm not going to need all these cauliflowers obviously, but I'm going to try and pick out the best ones. These have actually got the 2 leaves on them. Some of them you be careful because some may not have the 2 leaves, so I'll try and pick out the best ones that I can. And all I need to do really is just go through every single one of these, fill up the pot, as I said before, a bit of a tampering down, just a hole in the middle. Like for example, I wouldn't really do that one because as you can see, it's not got both its seeds, yet it's got roots, but not both its leaves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate these. This one, well, just branch on, that's ideal. So the best you can, just try and separate it out. And like I say, because I sieved this one doesn't matter, that one. I've still got a decent root system, and I'm just going to bury it as far down as I can, trying not to bend the actual main stem too much. A bit of a twig in that one. Let's put it round as such. Now what I normally would do, I would normally put a little bit of vermiculite around that, but I'll wait these grow on for a day. All I'll do is we'll come back in a day or 2 and we'll have a look, see how these go on. Now as you can see, I've got 6 there. They'll do plenty for the time being. So we'll come back to them in a couple of days, like I said before. Right, as you can see, I've got Brussels sprouts as well, exactly the same thing. These are not quite as tall. Some of them are still trying to grow, but some are very long and fell over. But I'm going to do exactly the same thing with these. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in these little party cups. The only reason I'm doing them in these, to be honest, is so that I don't have to keep putting labels on every single one of them. Normally I would use something like a yellow insulation tape, but I've not got it to hand at the moment, so I'm not going to bother with that. So, literally the same idea. Tamper it down, put a hole in there, same size as your finger, and then once again, I'm just going to prick these out, and hopefully, got 1 or 2 tangled up there, and hopefully with a little bit of a tap, these should just come apart pretty easy. Like so. I'm mainly trying to go for the smaller ones at the moment, like that one. This one's got a big lump in the middle. I'll take some out. No, so these ones don't need to go as deep, but as before, pick it up by the leaves the best you can and literally put it in. Just so the leaves are showing. And once again, I'm not going to bore you doing the rest of them. I'll do these and it'll be exactly the same as them. We'll come back to them in a few days. I'm just going to put these on the window ledge in the kitchen. So I'm just going to give them all a bit of a drink. Hi guys, Tuesday 12th of March, give you a little bit of an update on how these seeds are doing. I also bought some stuff from Lidl, so let's have a nosy. Right, these are the chilies. These were sown on the 23rd. Now it looks dry, but it's not. It's just the actual cocoa koi. Let me see if we can straighten you out a little bit. Better. Now these here, these are getting a little bit leggy, but they're the Cabo kale. It's not a big deal. They now start to grow the second of the leaves, as you can see. Got some tomato plants, $1.99 from Lidl, money maker. Can't go wrong. As long as you stay inside, it'll be okay. Now these are the ones I potted on, the leggy ones. I'm just set it off of here. As you can see, most of these in here are not doing that well because I did a schoolboy error. They was on this, which is a heated like tray in Garland 15, and when I took them out of those trays, for example, I then potted them into these with cold compost out of the greenhouse. Shock has possibly killed them. As you can see, they're not doing too good. That one's died altogether. That one's just probably going to live a little bit more. That's keeled over as well. So that's my schoolboy error. I show you ups and downs on my channel, not like all these other ones that show you everything like hunky-dory when it's not always. Now these, oddly enough, have survived, so they must be a bit more hardy plant. And these are the Brussels sprouts, Brendan, and like I said, they were sown on the 23rd of last month. As you possibly noticed, I've actually put little grow lights over these just to try and help them along. And once again here, these are sweet pepper from Lidl. And I put them in a bigger cover. Something here's fell over. They're the cauliflower, but they have actually got the second of the leaves. I think it's the height and they've just fell over. At the back, we've actually got aubergine. They're now starting to do well. And here, I picked up kale and some cabbage and another tomato plant. These were all $1.99 each, but these may have been a disaster. So they are on here, they're not really recovered. So I think the chili seeds, yes, sometimes they can take a bit longer, so I'm going to leave them a little bit longer and see how they go on. Now I will give them a bit of a water, but this water here had actually been on the heat mats, but I took it off and just let it. So I'll give them a bit of a watering, and I'll give all these a bit of a water as well, but not much. So what I'm going to do is with these are the cabbage all-rounder, so I'm actually going to go into sow some more seeds straight in to these. So I've now got some spare seeds. 1 second. Right, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to re-sow cauliflower all year round. I can see that. Yep. These are what I do. Best for 2021. This might be interesting. So all I'll do is go come to the end of the day. Now I'm going to leave these in. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a little bit of a hole. And with these being close to the end of the day as well, I'll just put a few in. And then I'll thin out the ones that don't actually grow. So these will be using these and then putting the packet in the bin because they're old now. You see the very, very small seeds. So I'm going to do, you just put a couple in each one. And like I say, I'll thin them out. Once they start to grow. Now what I'll actually do is, I won't actually pull them out because the roots will be joined together. I'll just snip the ones that are the weakest. I'll snip them out. And I'll let them grow on. The soil's a little bit dry as well, so I'll just sprinkle whatever on top. These we're going in the bin. All I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put them back over there and I'll give them a bit of a drink and leave them under the lights until they go on. There you go, they're back underneath that actual light now. I'll just give the rest of these a bit of water. It's not the best area to be fair because there's wind there, but get this. It's only like an old kegerator that I use for beers, etc. for the bar at New Year. Right guys, just a bit of an update and thanks for watching. If you don't like and subscribe, don't cost anything. Hit the notification bell before you slam the door on the way out. Bye bye now.